let's talk about signs that you're on the right path. Because if you're coming from a really dark place where everything around you felt wrong, and for a long time you couldn't determine your way, which direction to go, and now you're headed somewhere, although you may not be able to see the path completely clear, it can be intimidating to you if you're questioning whether or not you're actually on the right path. And I guess this speaks more to people who aren't necessarily 100% sure that they want to go in a singular direction. This is more for people who have a general idea of where they want to go and are allowing or giving space for whatever the universe presents that feels right to come into their life. So when you're on that path where you're allowing your highest good to just unfold and all you're doing is walking by faith in a particular direction, these are some of the things that you'll experience that lets you know that you're on the right path. For one, it can be you walk into a grocery store and somebody is talking obnoxiously loud, but the thing that they're talking about is almost like a message directly to you from the universe. And it could be anything. It doesn't have to be something like profound. It could literally be anything. But you start to just see or experience offhandedly. It can be you walking into a store and picking up a book, opening it up, and then the words on that page resonate directly with you. It's essentially a synchronicity, but it's one that's so overt that you can't ignore it. And it feels tailored directly to you, right? And this can be some type of encouragement. It can be something that tells you, hey, you're going to overcome this, or somebody talking about overcoming a particular thing that you've overcome, or somebody talking about what it's like to feel on the other side of a certain experience that you're currently going through, essentially showing you how to occupy that state that you would need to occupy to bring about that reality. So these synchronicities are like the universe winking at you, letting you know, just keep taking steps forward and your paths are being ordered. So when you are stepping out of the chaos that surrounded you and heading in a direction, and people, places, and situations that align with, the feeling of where it is you're trying to go, that's a sign that you're on the right path. So that's number one. Number two, sign that you're now traveling on the right path. Your uncertainty is proof that you're now traveling on the right path. And here's how, because I understand that can seem backwards. Listen, faith can only be tested if there is some type of uncertainty that you have to overcome, right? And we know that faith without any type of works or without any type of action behind it is dead, right? So here you are, you're taking action. The path is unclear to you, but you're still taking action. Your uncertainty is the proof that you have faith. As backwards as it may seem, the fact that you are continually taking action, the fact that you can't see the full picture, but you trust that as long as you continue moving, you'll get where you need to be, or you are in the right position. You are where you need to be to become who you need to be. Any slight uncertainty that you feel in regards to that, is letting you know that you have the faith to overcome it. And as long as you know that, and as long as you don't let your uncertainty now become a place that you act from, you'll continue along this path. Now, when I talk about letting it become a feeling that you act from, what I mean is, if when you feel a moment of uncertainty about something that you need to do or feel you should do, but because you can't see the full picture, it feels weird, right? When you feel that uncertainty, if you let that uncertainty stop you from taking that action, now you're acting from it. Using it as fuel is saying that, is recognizing that, okay, the uncertainty exists, and now I'm going to move past it. I can't see the full picture, but I'm going to take this action anyways. I'm going to speak to this person anyways. I'm going to file this paperwork anyways. I'm going to create this content anyways. I'm going to start that business anyways. I'm going to book that meeting anyways. I'm going to make the phone call anyways. I'll return the message anyways. Whatever you need to do, I'm going to love them anyways. Whatever it is that you need to do, your uncertainty is like the knots that you need to cross before you wind up in faith. And once you cross it, now you're operating in faith because you're taking action beyond it. You feel it and you rise above it. So that's number 2. Number 3 way that you know that you're on the right path after stepping out of darkness that previously surrounded you is that your aura, your energy feels different. So yeah, if you have done actions to remove yourself from darkness, being if you had to remove people from your life, if you had to walk away from certain opportunities that weren't necessarily opportunities, maybe you had to leave a job, maybe you had to move somewhere different, maybe whatever you had to do to rid the darkness from you, right? Now, your aura feels akin to when we were kids and it's early on in summer, right? Summer break early on, and you wake up and shit, the day is yours. You can go outside, have all the fun that you want, stay up late, you feel the world wide open, right? That's a state. That's a state that we rarely occupy as adults, except in these instances, right? So paying attention to the now, you can understand that that feeling is one that is critical, because it's from that state that you're not labeling yourself, or you're not tying yourself to any particular definition of you. You're not boxing anything in. And in this state, your aura calls in the things that are good to you. Simply starting the day with an intention that all things that are good flow to you, and then walking in that state of like beginning of summer vacation, that's a vibration that attracts like energy. And if you're walking in that state, trust me, what you see outpictured in your reality, it will feel brand new. You will find yourself in new places, in new situations, with new people. You will find yourself being exposed to things that you didn't know existed for you. You will find yourself having multiple doors that you can walk through, and having the discernment to know which one is the perfect door for you, while also having the freedom to know that you are free to walk into any one that you choose to. Occupying the state of everything being new is what certain texts talk about, certain religious texts talk about, when they say the mind of a child, right? When we talk about having that mind of a child, this is what we're talking about. Everything being new is not you continually assigning the same judgments that you previously had for the things that you experience in this world. Allowing things to be brand new is allowing yourself to assign new definitions to previous arrangements of atoms. You're not classifying them and forcing them to replay themselves in the same way that they've replayed, right? You're not forcing atoms to collapse in the same order that they've collapsed before by radiating at the same thought level that you were radiating at before. Being in a state of seeing everything as brand new is like a cheat code for you. It's like a cheat code for you. And that uncertainty that we talked about in step 2, feeling things is brand new, that this comes with it. Remember, on those in those summer breaks, there were a lot of things that we all got into. There were a lot of times that we were out with friends and we experienced uncertainty. We experienced fear, doubt, worry. And we had amazing times on the other end of those. I can remember being in Jersey and just having everybody in the neighborhood out and parents watching, and we're playing football, and you know what? Sometimes we get into a fight and everybody circles around and we watch and we fight and we shake hands afterwards and go back to playing around, playing Killer Man, Manhunt, all the man. We had fun. We had fun going around doing all types of wild stuff, getting into stuff that we shouldn't have, rising through the uncertainty because we were kids. How can we do that in this world? How can you continually remind yourself after leaving negative situations that this is where you want to be? These are some tools that'll help you. Whether it's a simple affirmation that you start out reciting every day, whether you write it on your mirror. A lot of people are writing things on their mirrors, but what I see is that if your affirmation gets stale to you, you have to be willing to change it. If you're waking up and instead of feeling energized by that affirmation, you just see it as something mundane that you do, then it's not the one, right? Then it served its purpose and it's time for you to either upgrade it, update it, or find something new completely. Head in a different direction. So it can be an affirmation. It can be how you do your routine. Maybe there's a certain sound that you play. Whatever it is that you need to do to spark in you a feeling of something brand new. And the moment that you get it, however you get it, you just bring yourself back to that feeling at different points in the day. So like when something happens external to you that would have potentially be a frustrating circumstance for you, you bring yourself back to that feeling. And if you're doing this, getting yourself, amped up with this energy daily, it's easier for you to pull yourself back to that moment, because you're not pulling yourself to something that happened days ago. You're pulling yourself back to something that happened this morning, right? So, example for me, and I don't do it every day, but on days where my energy is particularly low, I have a couple spots that I'll go where I can do a light hike, where I'm not doing something necessarily wild or outrageous, but I'm getting elevated. I love being at the top of mountains. I love being able to look out over my city and, just feel the energy, being able to look into the distance, seeing the mountains that surround my city. And then what I'll do is what's called a breath of life meditation. That's one of my favorite meditations. And essentially it's just 4 affirmations that you speak out loud. You feel where it resonates when you're saying them. And then you go into a bit of breath work with a 7-second breath in, a 3-second hold, and then a free exhale, where you take the energy from wherever it was in your body. So the first affirmation is I love myself. And when I say it at first, I may feel it in my arms. I may feel tingles in my legs. I may feel it other places. The breath of life essentially allows me to focus, right? Allows me to pull the energy in from everywhere and to breathe it out into my heart. And then when I say the affirmation at the end of the breath work, because you start with the affirmation, you do the breaths, and then you say the affirmation again, I do it until I feel the vibration in my heart. So it's I love myself, I trust myself, I honor myself, and I value myself. And I'll say the affirmations, feel where the vibration is, do the breath, shift where the vibration is, and then do the affirmation again, feeling it in my heart, and then go back to, or go out and live my day, do my thing. And like I said, I don't do it every day, because for one, some days I don't have time to go up a mountain, even if it's a short hike. And some days I don't have the same energy from it that I do from some of the other affirmations that I may have on my mirror or that I'll use. Some days I'll just freestyle an affirmation that I feel I need that day. But I understand that the act of knowing that I can put myself in a certain place where I can gain energy from the universe. I can say certain things where I can gain energy from the universe. I can breathe in a certain way. All of these things are just tools. Now, how I use them, how I intermix them, what words I use, what breath work I use, where it is that I go. For me, it's mountains. For you, it can be the ocean. It can be a rooftop in your city. It can be your backyard. You get what I'm saying? It's understanding that you have these tools available to you, and then understanding that even if you don't feel like it, you're not your body. You're not that feeling. You are the director of that. You can put yourself in a position to change your state. And changing your state, choosing to occupy a state of feeling things as brand new, allowing yourself to go through that uncertainty, understanding that your aura will be different, and as a result, you have to allow space for different things to show up. And when they do, you don't judge them. You see where it fits in. Is this something that's useful to you? Cool. Is this something that you need to go away from? Cool. There's a lot that we can do. And I'll do a separate breath of life meditation where we can just where it's just a meditation. I've got some things in the works, and we'll start getting our meditations here, because I'm working hard on raising my vibration. I'm in this place, which is why I'm speaking from it. And every time that I've gotten here, I've fallen back, because I keep thinking about sharing this message with whoever decides or resonates with these videos. And my complacency or my hesitance pulls me out of this state. So I feel the only way that I actually progress beyond this is if I share my journey along the way, which means creating things like your meditations to not only help me, but to help you. So we'll get our Breath of Life meditation, as well as a couple other meditations that I think will be helpful. In addition, I've been working on my library, so with this channel we'll be adding in some chapters from some books that I think can be really helpful, and I'll be giving my commentary on them. I'm gonna go away from making videos like this, where I'm always on camera. We'll still make them, but they won't be the bulk of these videos. For one, I don't always have my mic, and I don't want little things like that to be a hindrance from sharing my message. So this video, the sound may be off. All of my videos, the sound won't be off. I promise you. And when I do these types of videos, if I get an urge to just record, I may just record. So even when I have great videos, you may see videos like this continue to pop up, because for one, it's my channel and I want a variety of content on there. For two, I'm growing with this channel, and for me, this isn't something that I'm just doing because I feel like I can make a living doing it. This is something that I'm doing because I understand that I've been in a really, really dark place, and the alternative to this for me is death. Just 100%. The alternative to this for me is death. And I feel like I can help some people before I just let the darkness take over me. But either way, we'll see. I love you, whoever you are. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you got something out of it. I want to see the fullest expression of you, and I hope to show you the fullest expression of me. This is The Spark.